NBC Sports welcomes you to Dover International Speedway today for the running of the Delaware 400. Due to the fact that there are some fairly heavy thunderstorms in the area forecasted for later today, we have pushed the start time. Originally, we were supposed to go green about 12:45 p.m. Eastern. Now, we're going to be going green at probably the earliest scheduled start time in IHOP Cup Series history. That wasn't on a Monday. 11:45 a.m., so we are in the hurry up, hence the wardrobe change. Right now, we have some pretty insane stories to report after Rockingham Saturday night. Nate Sherman and Joshua Leanbatch got into a scuffle post-race. Well, heated argument post-race after controversy over the final restart. And if you look to the cut line, you'll see it's going to be both Ganassi cars have to win. Zoix Moon and KFC Cup Series could point their way in at the end of today's race, which will be an hour earlier than usual. So hence it'll be a late morning, early afternoon race. It's going to be, again, 20 laps, 1 mile concrete. Literally, there are no places on this track that are flat other than pit road. 20 laps, 34 cars. Here is your starting lineup. In row 1, we have the nationwide Buddy Baker tribute that Apollo Moon will be running from now, Talladega, and Charlotte as a special for those 3 races only. The nationwide Buddy Baker tribute and the M&M's Caramel Toyota. Starting today from row 2, we have the Lowe's Chevrolet and the Quick Lane Ford. From row 3, we have the Liberty University Chevrolet and the DeWalt Power Tools Toyota. Starting today from row 4, we have the Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet and the Busch Beer Chevrolet. Starting today from row 5, we have the Great Clips Chevrolet and the Stanley Tools Toyota. Row 6 finds the McDonald's Back Tonight Chevrolet and the Rush Truck Center Chevrolet. Row 7, we have the Caterpillar Chevrolet and the Hassan Nation Chevrolet. Row 8, we have the Pennzoil Ford and the White Deuce Ford. Row 9, we have the Target Credit One Bank Chevrolet and the Furniture Row Toyota. He does have, keep in mind as we look through the rest of the field, the 78, the 11, and the 20. The 20 is also pretty close on points. He wants to have a good run, so a lot of interesting storylines could play out here this afternoon at Dover. And interesting storylines. Like the possibility of if a new winner were to come in, it'll make things even narrower as we figure out who the 12 drivers that move on are. Keep in mind we have 2 drivers that are safe. Jacob Toop in the 24, Dylan Murway in the 4. They are both safe with wins. But knowing at Rockingham, nobody's safe from trouble. Especially after what happened at Rockingham last Saturday night. Ironic that we qualified these cars at this time yesterday. And we're going to be racing at this very time. Now, looking at our 360 visor cam, we have the That'll be carried by Joseph Lombard with the U.S. Air Force visor cam today. Since this is in the shadows of the Dover Air Force Base, home game for them. There's actually a couple other noticeable schemes in this field that are sharing a little bit of patriotism. Jonathan Morrison bringing his NRA car today. Jacob Tube found out next year he'll be driving the 9 at Hendrick Motorsports, as the 24 will now be the new 5 team, just with a different number and different schemes. With the new 9 car, that scheme was revealed earlier this week. He is carrying the Liberty University, and he's left a little message on the deck lid of his car. Referencing the Declaration of Independence. Yep, one of the greatest things that helped lead to the foundation of this country. And you can see as these drivers drive by, the patriotic USA ovations from the crowd. USA, USA. As we have 1 to go here in the Delaware 400 pace laps. Hopefully these showers will hold off. Very rarely do we push start times up in the Op Cup Series in case of weather. We are going to do that today. So anyways, our 4 onboard cameras. We're going to be watching our HD onboard cameras sponsored by Sharp Aquas. We're going to be watching the 6 drivers that we're going to be paying attention to. The 11 of SportsCenter Cup Series is tied with KFC Cup Series for the cut line. He will be starting today from the middle of the field. Derek Lewis will be carrying the Credit One Bank on board. Grayson Alcevdo will carry the McDonald's on board for today's race. KFC Cup Series will carry the Rush Truck Centers on board for this race. Zach Speed will carry the DeWalt's on board for this race. And Zox Moon will carry the Pennzoil on board for this race. The final race in the round of 16. I guarantee you these drivers are going to be driving hard to get in the round of 12. After today, 4 will be done. Who will those 4 be? We're underway in Dover. Wow, 24 just forced his way right behind the 20. Almost chopped the floor off. Wow. You want to talk aggression. Holy cow, that was definitely an aggressive move by the 24. He said it loud, and when we talked to him during the Chase Media Day, that he's going to be a lot more aggressive in this chase. Question is, who's going to be aggressive enough to lead lap 1? It's the 88s. Xavier Sandreska trying to challenge for second on the 2018. His quick lane Ford. You're on board with him. see with this concrete, it's very everybody quickly went single file, which is what these drivers needed to do here quickly. And obviously they're going to be doing that now, of course, when restarts today, especially later in this race when we figure out who start getting a better picture who the 12 move on are. Wow, never thought you'd see the day going 3 wide at Dover, the 11 into the wall in turn 3 and 4. This is huge. Huge impossible championship implications right here for the 11. He got us on the wall. I think him in the 20, 25 through his car in there like a dumbass. Dumbass in the 25. Moron. Yeah, he hit the wall pretty hard. If he stays up there and the caution has come out. Anyways, this is huge. I think we hit square. Yeah, I think the damage is all square here. It was square on the right side. I didn't hit it coming off the corner. But the left front is down. My left front is down. And the 25 just drove in there, looked like. Wow. The 11 down on pit road. Obviously, it's just some radio communications from between him and crew chief Mike Wheeler. 25 just threw his ass in there, dude. There's kind of no way in getting around that. Yeah, no shit. Our left front's down because the 25 bounced into the 20, which bounced him into us. So keep in mind, if the 25 is around after the round and I get to him, he's going to the wall. And make sure Mike Helton hears this too, because I'm not going to let some no neck dipshit end my chase hopes on lap 4. And he's quite vocal about it. Doesn't look like a lot of damage initially, but the 25 had a really big run going into turn 3. You just see there's the 20 and the 11. They're next to each other. Yeah, 25, you see him come down to the apron, then he comes up. And the damage from the 20, remember these spoilers are really low, and when these drivers get side by side and bang into each other, it can very easily cut a left front tire. Temper's already hot early. One car in trouble. Back in the gas, we're racing. Oh, the 21.
Oh, wow. Almost had a wreck right there.
Watch this 88 car here. 21 just went wide. 21 went a little wide. Yeah, he's definitely losing a lot of time. All right, 3 outside, 3 in the middle. 2 guys up top. 5 coming to help. 5 coming to help. 4 pinched on the top. 4 pinched on the top. All right, side by side for the lead. How about this? The 18 taking the top spot, probably by an inch. Oh, we got one. Almost got one in trouble. They saved it, luckily. The 20 moves up to second. Side by side there. Definitely a pretty aggressive restart. The 21 almost boxed in a couple of those cars right there. Oh, we got one spinning into the wall. All right, hold it. Oh, more collected. Are there any chasers in it? Oh, yeah, we are done. We're done, guys. I don't see any chasers. Looks like 83. Oh, wow. Cars started checking up behind. Oh, the 78 had some damage. Then these are a bunch of cars started spinning coming off turn 4. 78 did a nice job saving it, but surprisingly almost got himself caught in this incident. The 83 of What If Racing. But the big story here, and the 17 spins late, but the caution has come out, and look at that. This is exactly what we talked about earlier this morning in Countdown. Whenever there's these big wrecks that here at Dover, it's a self-cleaning racetrack. Those that try to go low, luckily that they weren't clumped together like they would have been on a restart if something like that happened. But again, the possibility still remains right there. Still remains of that happening. And especially with this rain threat supposedly getting closer, could be a possible unique possibility. We could very well be racing to halfway. There you see that was a massive hit to the inside for the 25. He hit that wall a ton. And for some reason, the 17 spun on the front stretch. The 20, see the 15 checked up because the 31 went sideways. Everybody started slowing up. Looked like the 43 with some right front damage in this accident, but we know 3 drivers, okay, possibly 4 that have some so 4 drivers that definitely have damage, 5 that have significant damage that they're going to have to go spend some time on pit road and pound out. Anyways, while these drivers are away, we are under caution here at Dover for a crash that started with 1 and ended with a bunch of other cars racked behind. And amazingly, it was as small as it was. Welcome back here to Dover's. Look at our Freddy's Steak Burgers race menu. Next Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, coverage of the first race in the round of 12. Talladega, the biggest and baddest and the fastest. Talladega, coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC with the telecast of the the EA Sports 500 presented by Liberty University, which has been renamed to the Camping World 500, by the way. That will be renamed to which is the Camping World 500. The start time for that will be at 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC. And then Charlotte, first time we're going to be racing the IOP Cup Series under the lights at that track. Coverage for that begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with the Credit One Bank Prairie Show, and then telecast to the Bank of America 500 begins at 7:30 p.m. on NBC. And then afterwards, the round of 12 ends Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern with the Lilly Diabetes 500 Prairie Show. Then at 2:30 p.m., the telecast of the Lilly Diabetes 500 from Bowman Gray, the Quarter Mile Madhouse. Then afterwards, the entire round of 8 is all at night, with race times starting 7 p.m. or later. Coverage for the Dickies 500 begins at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Then that starts the round of 8. So we're under caution right now here at Dover and it's going to go to red very shortly because there is a severe thunderstorm warning in the area. Not a watch, but a warning, which means conditions are absent for a severe thunderstorm could occur. NASCAR, and obviously in wake of the incident at Pocono where a fan was tragically killed, these drivers, Dover, NASCAR, and the track have decided to bring the cars down pit lane here, cover them up, and we're going to go into the red flag. Here at Dover, we have 2 cautions, one a few moments ago, one for the 11 getting in trouble, which actually was more of a benefit because as of right now, he actually is inside the cut line as trying to catch the cut line. If this race were to end right now, which it kind of can't because we're on lap 8 right now, but if we were at halfway, he would be in the 42. He would have to pass. He would be out. He would have to pass 6 cars or hope the 20 and the 41 have an issue. Now, WB Network previously came in with a pretty solid cushion in that wreck. The concerns of having that left rear smashed in under this red that they were going to try to fix. He is currently running WB Network member. He is the Daytona 500 winner. Currently running 29th right now, obviously with that smashed in left rear. So that's going to be interesting for him. He's currently 6 points out. We know both the Ganassi cars, Derek Lewis and Grayson Alcedo, have to win to move on, but the best case scenario is if the 22 or the 11 have any issues. Zoex Moon is got an 8-point gap between her and the 11. So it's 1 point between those two. This could, a lot of interesting things are being put into play here at Dover. We had the first caution on lap 5, obviously for the 11 car, slowing in turn 3 due to a flat left front. Zach Speed is taking the lead here during the red flag. We are going to, in fact, you don't see our cameramen out. Every interview right now under this lightning storm concern will be done via voice because of lightning, and the cameramen and our guys on pit road, or cameramen and our pit reporters, obviously with microphones and electricity. Water and electricity equals fire. So keep it tuned here on NBC. There will be a crawl on the bottom of the screen where you can listen to social media updates from Dover, NASCAR, or our channel itself. If there is an important update, we will break out of some action. So we're going to show you a throwback race, the 2001 MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400, the very first race after the tragedy of September 11th. Again, we will break out of that and into this action. Actually, no, I'm being told we're not going to show that. We're going to be showing footage from Bristol, August 24th. So a month ago, we were going to be showing footage from the California race earlier this month. I'm tired. So we're going to drop you at the start of the California race with a pace car coming down pit road to get the green flag. There will be a bar on the bottom of your screen giving you updates from the track, social media, NBC News, your local NBC station, or our NBC NASCAR social media page. Now, enjoy some action from Auto Club Speedway as we relive the final regular season race.